Alright, why am I talking about a Premier League footballer on a channel that is dedicated to Minnow Nation football? Well, read the beanie, my friends, and you will know, because we're talking about this Chris Wood transfer from a different angle. We're talking about it from the perspective of the All Whites, of New Zealand national football team, and how this might impact them. Now, football fans from Burnley, Newcastle, everyone else in the Premier League will be saying 25 million for a striker that's out of form, past his peak, only got 3 goals this season. Seems like a ridiculous move. Others will say, you've just spent 25 million, pinched the best striker from one of your relegation rivals, that could keep you up. This could be a stroke of genius. But if I was New Zealand, a New Zealand fan, or the teammates, or the FA themselves, I'd be looking at this and thinking, this is perfect timing, because the OFC World Cup qualifiers start in March. They are just 2 months away now. That is going to come around very, very quick. At the moment, you've got an out of form Chris Wood leading the line. All right, perhaps not against the best teams in the world, okay? But New Zealand are 110 in the world rankings. We did a video on Sierra Leone recently. They're 108. So that puts into perspective that whilst you've heard of New Zealand and you may know people from New Zealand, New Zealand's a big country, great, I get that. That doesn't mean that they're necessarily that good at the moment. Now, the world rankings partly because they don't play that many games, I get that, but they're no shoo-in. They are no shoo-in to win this tournament. They will be coming up against Fiji, for example, Roy Krishna leading the line, a player peak of his powers and bossing it in the Indian Super League. New Zealand need players to be in good form. They're not the side they were back in 2010 when they had that incredible World Cup. They're not that side anymore. We're 12 years on from that now. They need Chris Wood in fine form. And if I haven't convinced you, then don't forget that even if they boss, even if March is a walkover for New Zealand, they swat everyone aside, they get through, OFC doesn't get a whole place. That's not New Zealand's race run. In June, they then have to play an interconfederational playoff. That is against a CONCACAF team. CONCACAF is North America and the Caribbean. They could get the USA. They could get Canada. They could get Mexico, Panama, Jamaica, El Salvador. All these teams could still come what is 4th in that qualification place and go into the interconfed playoff. What if it's Mexico? Raul Jiminez. There you go. There's a striker who's better than Chris Wood and in better form. What about Mikel Antonio? West Ham are 4th at the moment. He plays for Jamaica. New Zealand need Chris Wood to be in great form. I think that this move could be a bit make or break for Chris Wood. Because if in their remaining however many games, say it's 18 games, if he gets 10 goals in that time, a brilliant return, finishes on 13 for the season, proves to everyone that it was a genius signing, Newcastle stay up. I think New Zealand, with him leading the line, strikers all about form. If he goes into that interconfed playoff, I don't think there's a side that could beat them. And I think New Zealand would book themselves a place at the Qatar 2022 World Cup. If he's a flop for the £25 million price tag, he scores 1 or 2 more goals, maybe even none for the rest of the season, I think the situation changes. We're looking at this not from the perspective of Burnley, who have lost their star striker, not from the perspective of the richest club in the world, Newcastle, who have spent 25 million questionably on Chris Wood, but New Zealand. I'd love to know what you think. Drop a like on this video, drop a comment. If you're from New Zealand, what do you think about this move? Do you think it's make or break for Chris Wood? Am I over-dramatising it? Am I just making something up to speak about? I don't think so. I think that this could be pivotal for New Zealand's chance of making the Qatar World Cup. I think it would be pivotal to Newcastle and pivotal to Burnley. It could be. It could not be. Drop a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share. Let's find out what you all think. This has been DNQ. I hope you've enjoyed this latest vid.